Guys, this is a 6-meter bison lavvo from bisontelt.no, I think. And this is tarpology. No, it's not tarpology. This is a 3-year review, I think, on how to set it up. Stay tuned. Now, the hardest thing about these bison lavvos, as amazing as they are, guys, is that they are a little bit difficult to put up when you're on your own. Yes. But I think I have a system. It's not perfect, but it might work. It might not work, but it might work. Let's see. Okay, so on the inside, right, we have straps that crisscross, right, to stop it from splaying out too much. So what I like to do is, where the straps are joined like this, I peg those bits out first. There's only 3 of those. Put these glasses somewhere where I won't forget them, and put them on the tripod here, and probably stand on them later on. So let's pull it back, sort of where we want it. There. Maybe about here. See the strap? See the tension? Now, guys, I used to put a floor in these and then put the tent up over the top of them. I just don't bother anymore. It's hassle. If 2 people, yeah. 3 people, no. Or 1 person, no. 3 people? What am I talking about? Okay, so look, I'm going to loosen this one off a bit. Now I should be able to pull this back and get the tension. So look, the strap is going this way and it's going this way, right? I'll just tension out of it. Now, the last time I set one of these up, in this exact location, what actually happened was the wind blew it over and damaged the pole. So I have one with a damaged pole. Why have I no plastic bits for that? Tricks of the trade, guys. I use a silver tray and I use a large magnetic level. Okay, right. This pole is really difficult to get into position when you're on your own, right? So it's a lump. It is heavy. Okay, so what you have is you have these plastic caps that go on it. One goes on the bottom and the other one goes on the top, okay? So what I like to do is half get it into position. I mean, this is heavy. Like you could dance around this. He says, not knowing anything about pole dancing. Okay, so look, this one goes up in to the top, to the cone, right? And this end, right? This end goes on the ground. So what I like to do is, I like to put it on one of these silver trays, like this. Okay, because it's easier to move when it's in the silver tray, because there's more surface area and you can slide it about the place to get it into position so that it's level. Okay, this is awkward. It sort of is like me. It's awkward, it's hard, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it generally works out okay in the end. Okay, I'm going in. Sometimes I like to put the thing on first. Maybe I'll do that, but sometimes that's a bit awkward as well. So we have a witch's cap, right? Or a cowl, or whatever you want to call it. Jesus, watch you don't take the camera out of it. So this is the cowl, and this goes over the top of the very top, right? Bruno, go away. And basically it stops the rain from coming in. Now, the thing about it is that there's a lot of rope involved in this tent, guys, and it gets caught up, it gets wrapped up all the time, right? So Sometimes I just literally get a fishing rod and hook this over the top when I'm finished. Sometimes I leave it off because it lets in a really good amount of light. Okay, so this is the top, right? So this is the bit that your pole goes into. Like that, right? Now you want to make sure that this is in properly and level, right? And then this goes over the top. Like that. Okay. Now you might be asking yourself, Wally, why are you making this video? Well, guys, I'm hoping that there's somebody out there who knows how to put these up a little bit better than me, to can maybe make it a little bit easier. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have to walk that pole up. Yeah, I know. It's heavy. Everything's heavy and I'm just a weak little boy. Okay, so, right, that went remarkably easy. See what I mean? Ropes. You know how Wooly gets on with paracord, guys. You know how much of a pain in the bum it is. Right, so, by pegging out the three corners here, I sort of have it tensioned enough, right? So, I used to like peg out that side and then try and put it up and then run out and run round and peg in this side. But, yeah, that didn't work. Okay, it's almost perfect. Too perfect, in fact. Too perfect. Now, it is just a case of walking around and pegging it out. And guys, this is like a tarp. When you have this pegged out, it's going to shift and you have to go around and do it again, okay? So don't panic too much about it. And that's it. Now, what I got to do, this is the mistake I did before. Guys, these guy lines, I always peg them out close to just sort of give it a wee bit of a, just to make it tidier. But don't pull them out as far as you can. Well, not as far as you can. 50-50, right? I tell you why, is that you want to pull them in line, right? And you want to give your tent as much as possible, as much chance as possible to be able to withstand the wind. Hey, and that's what happened to me. I didn't. So I'm just going to peg all these out. Find the pegs. A lot of pegging. I got a mallet. I got a mallet because the ground's too hard. Right, she's all pegged in, right? So you can see there's a skirt around the bottom, guys. That's what stops the water from going in on the inside of it. And when you have the inside door zipped, that's when the one that covers the door works. Okay, so here is the one thing that I'll leave you with, right, is that this cowl is open so that you can so you can put a chimney out of it, right? So what you need to do is you need to take one of these ropes and you need to overlap it with the other one. So pull it all the way around. That's not even the right one. It is this one. All the way around. Tie it off here. And overlap the front one. You see the way it tightened up the cowl there? And that's it. I just tied them off with a couple of half hitches. And that's it, done. Okay. The rest of the ropes I can tidy up later, guys, but that is it. Maybe half an hour, one man on his own, guys. These things are massive. Do you want to see on the inside? I need to take your sunglasses off. It's definitely not as sunny as it was. Let's go in. Okay, massive tents, massive, right? 6 meter. Bruno! Come on, Bruno! Good boy. Good boy. Excellent. Level. Guys, I've had these a couple of years now. These good ones don't get used very often, but the other one I have gets used quite a bit, guys, and they are very good. They are along the lines of Icelandic tent type quality, but obviously in a Nordic type TP. Guys, they are not cheap, but they are not cheap. I paid about 1,200 euros each for these, and I have two new ones like this, and I have one that I bought second hand. I didn't pay 1,200 euros for this, and that's for that one, and that's the one you see with the stove in it, guys, and that's where there's holes and stuff in it. Okay, so guys, there it is, the Bison lavvo entails, 6 meter. Thanks for watching. Stay frosty.